Welcome to Ophiuchus Tarot. We are back again with another channeled message for the collective. We're just going to jump in. I was drawn to the T deck today, so let's just see what messages Spirit wants to get out there. Okay, the Wall, a misunderstanding. Before we speak on it, temptation will test you. You know what I was kind of getting? And then we have a wreath, sorrow over a loss. Okay, you know, I'm kind of getting a scenario in my mind. I feel like there was a situation where someone stepped out and decided that they wanted to kind of sneakily, emotionally invest in someone else. It's like they already had a partner, but there was a disconnect there. There was misunderstandings and hurt feelings. And I feel like it was very tempting. There was someone in the energy who was tempting this person to kind of step out on the situation. I want to say with you. I feel like there is great sorrow over the loss. It's like when everything is said and done, this person realizes how much they truly cared about you, even though they did the wrong things. Instead of confiding in you and working on what they had with you, they stepped out and kind of lost themselves in something else. And I hear flights of fancy. So I don't even know if there was a physical connection, but there was definitely emotional cheating going on in this situation. Let's see. October. I want to say there may be some sort of communication between you and this person. I hear everything said and done in October, but there may be some open, honest communication. It's like, I don't know if you just want closure. And this person, I feel like, may be able to give you that. I feel like what they tell you when they speak their truth kind of brings you peace, right? It doesn't change things in the grand scheme of things, but it does change maybe the way you feel about yourself in this situation, because I feel like, yeah, I hear so much collateral damage. You feel something is lacking in your life. Perhaps it's money or love or goals. Yeah, there's that lack mentality. I feel like because you were tossed aside or forgotten about, or it's like this person couldn't connect with you, I feel like it did damage your self-worth. And it's not somebody else's job to heal that within you. It is your job entirely to see yourself with clarity and to know your worth, right? But I feel like the blow from this person, like it wouldn't hurt for them to say something along the lines of, it really truly wasn't you, it was me, right? And I feel like parts of you know that, but we're still very, very injured by that. And I feel like it is almost stopping your forward movement. Big hugs to you if that's the case. I feel like this is someone that you truly, truly trusted. Whether it was a longtime friend turned lover, and then you made the commitment, or made a commitment. I don't know if the two of you are married or just very, very stable in a connection. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. I feel like the truth that this person speaks creates that peace and harmony within you. I feel like, I almost want to say it's owed to you, but I don't feel like that happens in every relationship. I do want to say that don't expect an apology or an omission of guilt from everyone, because it's simply not going to happen that way, right? But I feel like in this particular situation, this person grieves the loss of what the two of you had. I do almost feel like there was a beautiful friendship here before there was a relationship. There was depth, there was laughter, there was inside jokes, there was intense connection, right? And then I don't know if somebody took something the wrong way and ended up hurt over something, but instead of healing that situation and talking it out, it's like they wanted to hurt you in return. And I feel like that was where Spirit says, no, that's not what our person needs, right? And I feel like that's why they kind of pulled you out of there the way that they did. This person still needed a significant amount of growth to happen. And I feel like they weren't going to get that with you without this tower, right? It's like their soul needed to see the truth of things. It's like, I don't know if the childish behavior or the way that this person reacted was, it was just very toxic. It was just very unhealthy. It wasn't mature. It wasn't understanding. It wasn't loving, right? And I feel like it could have been. There was a choice there, right? But I feel like this person had to learn, because I don't feel like they had all the tools necessary that would have brought them into the future in a healthy way with you, right? And I feel like it was something that you might not have been able to kind of pinpoint, right? Yeah. The woman. Dealings or a relationship with a woman. I do feel like there was another woman or the other man or whatever it was. You know, for some of you, now I'm getting a second scenario. So it's like they were confiding with their mother, whether it was a masculine or a feminine, confiding in their mother, who convinced them that you weren't worthy or you weren't good enough. And they weren't happy with you like they were. It's like they allowed someone to sway their thoughts. I do feel like for some it was a mother who created the mess. Well, they were part of it, of course. They were in a state of allowance, right? So for some, it was a mother-son or mother-daughter situation where it's like nobody's ever going to be good enough for their child, right? Nobody's ever going to be good enough. So it's like, it's not that it was just you that didn't stand a chance. It would have been anyone, right? They would have had a problem with just about anyone. Unless that person was exactly like them, right? Let's see. Is there anything? Wow. You should accept valid criticisms. You know, I feel like maybe this person, for some, they allowed, and for some I hear mother-in-law, maybe you dealt with a ton of criticism for a really long time by a mother-in-law. And it's like you might have tried harder and harder and harder, and you realized somewhere along the journey that no matter how hard you tried, it was not going to heal the situation, or they weren't going to accept you like you wanted to be accepted, right? So that's for some as well. There may have been a lot of toxicity in the things that they said. They might have said that their criticisms were because they cared, right? But I feel like it was really just for their entertainment, their sick, kind of twisted entertainment, right? They wanted to be superior. They wanted to be chosen over you, even though you were the wife or the husband, right? You were a person of importance, but no more important than this mother, right? That was their thing. I feel like they're gonna mess up every relationship this person has. So that could be for some as well. Wow. Okay. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. This person may come back around and choose you. I don't know if it's too late, but I want to say it's a step in the right direction. I want to say they're coming out from under someone's thumb or control. I hear somebody's got mommy issues or somebody's got daddy issues, right? It's got that type of energy. And I feel like there may be a lot of people around this person that say, you really messed up a good thing, or you really gave up on a good thing. Yeah, you lost your happiness because you listened to someone who was, I wanted to say, a blessing blocker. This was something this person was meant to learn from. Ooh. Plenty of material things, right? I feel like there was a lot of materialistic energy. It's like, not enough, not good enough. Oh, their little job, or oh, bless them, their little this or their little that, or oh, their car could use an upgrade. It's like Or that watch. Honey, are you sure you want to wear that watch? Is things that I'm hearing. It's really nasty, snobby bully type energy, right? I don't love that. I'm so sorry if you had to deal with that. I really am. We have the bouquet. So compliments from an admirer. You know, this person might really be sorry if you've got a new person coming in and they're actually treating you the way that you deserve to be treated. And that's for some. This person will come back, they will have an apology for you. For others, I feel like it's going to be, you know, I feel like they'll see the truth of it, but I don't know that there'll be a second chance. You will be playing a different role. Yeah, I don't know. I heard something like somebody going, ha ha. So it's like, I don't know if you start dating their boss, or it's like you play a different role. It's like you may be in this person's life, but in a weird sort of roundabout way, you'll be it's like making waves in a different way for, I want to say, this woman and their child, whether it's their daughter or their son. I just feel like that would be it's going to be really interesting is what I want to say. Yeah, I feel like you're going to finally be happy, and it's going to show. The Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. If that doesn't explain it all, that's how this person's going to be. They allowed someone else to interfere in what they had. They didn't stand up for you. They didn't, I hear it's classic. It's like they just didn't, they allowed people to mistreat you, to keep their life easy, because you were kind of biting your lip and taking the punishment, right? Until you didn't, right? Until you decided that it was too much. I love that for you. I feel like you've got something. Yeah, look, teardrops, broken heart, heartache, teardrops. Yeah, they're going to be the one who cries. It's like you'll cry your tears, but I feel like they're almost dried by the time you leave the situation because you're so over it, is what I hear. Just so over it. The Wheel. Indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. I feel like that's where this person's going to be. You know, you might hear this person losing their, it's like they lose their possessions, or they lose their, I heard inheritance. So for some, they lose a lot when they lose you. I feel like they didn't realize how good they had it until, you're not theirs anymore. Clouds, temporary problems. For you, I feel like it was temporary. For them, I do kind of see this person looking more and more haggard as time goes on. They look like life took the joy out of them. And I feel like it did, but it came in the form of, I wanted to say a narcissistic or jealous, I wanted to say mother, for some. Could be a sister for others. It's like they stole this person's joy. They stole this person's opportunity for happiness because they wanted to be superior in some way. They wanted to be fawned over and above the wife or the husband, right? I'm kind of getting that for, I want to say that's one of the biggest parts of the story here. A short journey. You know, I just kind of feel like if they start to date other people, there will be a lot of people out there where it will be a short journey for them. Nobody's going to stick around for that type of behavior. It's like you did for so long until you couldn't take anymore, right? I don't know if it started out that way. It might have started out with like snide comments or rude remarks, but maybe it was every so often where you felt like, okay, I can handle it, right? Or I can deal with it. It's like I love my person, so I'll stick it out, right? Protected from negative forces beyond your control. I feel like that's what Spirit did. They took you out of the situation. I hear it was necessary. It's like this person needed to grow. Now they have every opportunity to take their life into the future, to grow from this, to expand from this. Some will And I feel like, unfortunately, the majority will not. Especially if it's a mother problem. I just feel like those will never quite learn their lesson. They were always like coddled, or I just kind of feel like they'll never learn their lesson. It's like, oh, you're better off, sweetie. It's like you're better off lonely than with someone like that, right? But I feel like they're just saying that. They would torture anybody who comes along, right? Because they got away with it the first time. Everything else will be short-lived for that person. Take care. Enemies are working against you. They may be trying to take so much from you, like you don't deserve. I heard spousal support, or there may be children involved for some. You don't deserve this, this, and this in the divorce. It's like, even though you put in for those things, or you invested in those things in the marriage or in the relationship. Yeah, a fair man. This could be your past person, or this could be a new person coming in for you as well. Tell me where we're going from here. I kind of want just a little more there. Anything else? The bear. Danger, especially in money matters. Yeah, they may be trying to take from you when it comes to money. For those of you who are going through this right now, I want to say this, in the grand scheme of things, again, I hear it will be short-lived. It's like, it may feel like it's taking forever to get your independence back, or to get yourself to rights, right? To right yourself as you're, standing in new territory or unstable ground, right? I do want to say you'll get your footing and you'll get back on track. So no worries. This is just some crossover energy. It's not your destination. Just keep that in mind. It's not your destination. You're waiting for this particular cycle to end so you can step foot in a new direction and create for yourself, right? An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. And I feel like, see, that's the funniest thing. It's like, now you know what you don't want, and you know exactly what you do want from what you don't want, right? I feel like a loving, supportive family, people who see you, right? I feel like that's really important when you're stepping into a marriage, right? Or stepping into a new situation. Make sure you're respected, right? We have May. This may have happened in May for some of you. You will be taken care of in difficult times. Just know that Spirit's on deck. Yeah, throughout this tower, this I feel like it's a solid foundation, success with effort. I feel like that's where you're heading. I feel like from this crumbling tower, you kind of step forward as a stronger, more powerful version of yourself. Ooh, we're dropping things, but I caught it. Okay, feeling tied down or frustrated, or time to get out of a situation. I feel like if you've not done that yet, this might be something that you're thinking about right now, or you've been thinking about it since May, or you've been trying to struggle to get out of a situation with someone. Things might be really heading towards a better experience. It's like it gets harder before it gets better, is what I hear. So it may get a little harder before it gets a little better. Dog, far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Like I said, I feel like for some of you, this was an old friend that turned lover, and then somebody decided to interfere. Success assured with good plans and hard work. You'll be heading in a new direction. This person will forever miss you. I really do feel that way. This person is definitely going to miss you and all that you brought to the table. So it is what it is. It's unfortunate for this person, but it was necessary growth on their part. I want to say Spirit's trying to make it the least painful it could possibly be for you, because I feel like the lessons, some of them in there were meant for you to learn, but I feel like others Spirit had shielded you from, so you might not have even known that you were saved from other experiences. in this situation here. All right, let's see. Your initials, their initials, and any other messages that may kind of channel through here. Nothing is particularly standing up this time around here. Keep on looking up at the camera because now I've got spider phobia from yesterday. I don't know how many of you recognize the little spoopy spider that was kind of dangling from the camera yesterday. I did not notice during the reading, and it's a good thing I didn't, because you guys wouldn't have gotten that one. I would have screamed. I'm not a fan of spiders. Anybody else? We have a blank here, so insert initials here. I'm not a fan. I don't mind them. I think they're cool. I'm a live and let live person. I don't mind seeing them outside. I just don't want them in my house and in my space, right? I've got the heebie-jeebies again. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I heard Mr. and Mrs. So, I hear the breaking down of. So for some of you, this is now coming to a close. For others, you're stepping on this point where it's like the turning point, I hear, for some, where you're like, I'm done with this. Or it's like things started in those certain months that came out. That might have been when that person who interfered was putting some of the pressure on, right? They wanted you to cave. They wanted you to feel small. They wanted you to be, I hear malleable, so that way they could have you do what they wanted you to do. They want to control people. They want to control their son or their daughter, and they wanted to control you as well. I heard something about, it's like you're married to this person, but it's like they don't want you to, it's like, I heard something about decorating in my own home. It's like they put down your fashion sense, or they put down, it's like, oh, you're wearing that, or, oh, how charming. It are things that I hear. It's like, I hear high society. So someone has a high society attitude and looks down on others. It's like, not everybody does that, of course, you know, but I feel like this particular person does. And I want to say they may not have even come from wealth themselves. It's like, I don't know, there's just this, it's a wild energy, and I hear it's wildly inappropriate as well. I hear focus on you, focus on your truth. I'm going to say stand tall. Don't allow anyone to make you feel small. I know, I hear, I'm just hurt that they didn't stand up for me. It's like they should have stood up for me. It's like everything would have been fine if they would have just said, we're not going to do that, right? They could have just shut those little things down along the way, and it would have never gotten to a place where everything had to break down. And that's kind of the energy that keeps coming through here. This person feels like a clown now, for sure. They've lost out, I wanted to say, on the best thing they've ever had, because they didn't know how to, stand up for themselves. They didn't know how to stand up to you, or for you, to that person. I hear, oh, woe is me. So this person is very much a woe is me. Oh yes, I hear they are most definitely, you're the victor in this situation, and they are so sad, is what I hear. It's like, I don't know if they're playing it up really big. They're the victim here, right? They may be playing that, I hear the tiny violin. It's like trying to make people feel bad for them when they should have been an adult and stood up for what they wanted, right? All right, let's see. What else do we have here, Spirit? I saw somebody flipping their hair and glowing with this this wild looking horse here. It's like, I feel like this is you, fancy free, or it will be soon enough. Yeah. You'll be taking your own direction, steering your own vessel, whichever direction you want. I feel like the waves may be a little crazy. Things may be a little off balance right now, but you've got a good handle on that ship's wheel, and I feel like you'll be fine, right? You can weather this storm. I feel like you get to go back to your unique energy. If there were pieces of you that you lost along the way, I do feel like you'll find them relatively fast on the way back. Yeah, that uniqueness. I feel like you might find someone who is, I want to say in the future, you might find someone who is unique like you. Just a little different, just a little, oh, I didn't even see that here. Just a little different. Yeah, the key to love. I almost kind of feel like you have something up in the future, something you can build strong and true, right? I heard wealthy. So for some of you, this person may be, your future person may be monetarily wealthy. For others, I feel like you create that wealth. It's like someone brings a coin and you also bring a coin, and together you live this wealthy life. I feel like there's going to be a lot of care and sweetness and comfort that comes from this new unique person. I want to say you just have to get through the storm. Your future lies ahead. Everything's going to move through, and you will be, I want to say, 100% not long from now. I feel like you just have to weather a little bit more of the storm, flip that hair back, or, you know, flash that smile. I feel like that wild freedom is kind of glowing through you right now. I feel like you're so much more powerful than you imagine, or maybe you're starting to see it, which I really kind of love for you. All right, collective, that is what I have for you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to become part of this Ophiuchus tribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.